We are getting there, and this is my favorite part of the day, and every time, I don't get teary-eyed as much as Jeremiah does when I get to talk about my wife, but it is something for me where I love that every single day we get to work together. She's passionate, she kicks my butt, she's a lot stronger than I am, but the fact that we get to work together is absolutely amazing, and every time she gets up and she speaks at these events, I'm inspired. So with that, let's bring up the strongest woman I know, Brenda Bradley.
Thanks, Zach. It really is a privilege to me as well to be able to work with him. Well, most of the time at least. Anyway, happy Summit Day, my beautiful Zyia family. I can't believe the day is finally here. And to be honest, I am a little bit heartbroken because this time I don't get to see your beautiful faces and to hug you and listen to your stories personally. So it's a little bit hard, it's a little bit different, but I'm also immensely grateful that we have the technology and the resources that be together, even if it's virtually, even if it's through a screen, we can grow and learn from each other. So like I said, I'm so excited to be here. And it was a little bit hard this time for me to come up with a topic. I'm gonna be honest. It was too different. I went through different topics and I read about them and I listened to that stuff and I was like, no, didn't really feel like that's what I want to talk about. But one day I was driving and I was listening to a podcast. Yeah, surprisingly enough, I'm sure Zach is surprised that I listen to podcasts because I have this playlist of hip hop and rap songs that are his favorite. Every time he gets in the car, he's like, please play your playlist. But he actually hates it. So I have what is called my daily drive in Spotify, if you guys know. And again, technology is so amazing. So it puts together, based on the things that I listened to previously, different music and podcasts and news of the day. So anyway, I was listening to this podcast, and from the second I heard the title of it, I kind of like, that sounds interesting. So I didn't press skip. I kept listening, and I listened to the whole thing. And at the end of it, I was like, this is it. This is what I want to talk about at Summit. And I think I got to the office and I told Zach, I finally got it. I know what I'm going to talk about. And it's something that it just stood out to me because it's something that sometimes I myself lack of. And it's a struggle for me. It's really hard. And the title of it is How to Gain Confidence. And I know that it sounds easy, but it really is something that for a lot of us is not easy at all. And as I was listening to her, she was saying that a lot of the times, most of the times, we treat confidence as a nice to have instead of a must have. And she was saying that confidence is the spark that starts everything that follows after. Confidence is the difference between being inspired and actually getting started, between trying and doing until it's done. And confidence also helps us to keep going even when we fail, because we're not always going to get it the first time. We're not going to be successful right away, but it will help us to get there. And she was also mentioning that a lot of times we put other things above confidence. And she was talking about knowledge, resources. And a lot of times we think, when I know all of this topic, or when I know everything about this, or when I know the whole compensation plan, or when I know all the items, then I will be good at it. Or all the resources that we think that we need to be successful. But she was saying, if that is all of that we needed, then we would all be successful. We'd already be there. Because now, this period of time is the one time in the whole history of human beings that we have all of the knowledge that we can ever need at our fingertips. All we need to do, I really just need to ask Siri, hey Siri, how much is, 20,000 by 530? And she will give me the answer. Or I can ask Alexa, hey Alexa, what is the weather going to be like tomorrow? Or what is the weather going to be like in Spain or somewhere else? And we can have access to that information right away. And watching YouTube videos, you can learn so many things from watching YouTube videos. I actually have fixed my dishwasher 2 or 3 times just watching a video. It tells you step by step the things that you need to do to fix whatever that you want to fix. So if that was the most important thing, then why are we not living our dream already? And she was saying that she thinks that the thing that is missing, the part that is missing of this equation is confidence. And I 100% agree, and that's why it caught my attention, because it's like I said, sometimes I struggle with that. So if confidence is so important, how can we get that? How can we gain more confidence? And she talks about 3 things that are essential to gain our confidence, and is permission, community, and curiosity. Permission. Confidence cannot exist without our permission. We have to give it permission to exist. I remember when I was a little girl, I think I was probably 5 or 6 years old, and my grandma at the time, she was the branch manager of a bank. And back then, there was not a lot of women that was in those kind of positions. And I was the second grandchild, but I was a favorite, and I'm still the favorite. But she will take me to the office often. And I will go with her, and I will sit in a corner on the couch, and I will watch her doing the things that she needed to do daily. And I will spend a lot of time in the conference room when she will be directing a meeting. And most of the people there were men. I think actually all of them were men except for her. And I just remember looking at her and thinking, wow, I want to be like her when I grow up. She's awesome. She looks so confident and beautiful and strong, and I want to be just like her. And I don't think she realized that, but by her example, she was giving me permission to have that confidence. By her being confident, it was teaching me how to be confident myself. And last week, I posted something on my Instagram. There was I was boxing. You guys know I talk about it all the time. I love boxing. It's my favorite type of workout. I'm not professional or in any means, but I just love it. And I posted this little story of me boxing with my trainer. And I got a message from one of you, and this is what it said. It said, my daughter just said, I like watching this because she looks fierce, like a tiger, and just like you, Mom. And then she says, thank you for being a wonderful example of a strong woman. So sometimes we don't realize what we're teaching our children or people around us when we doing the things that we are doing. And sometimes it might be scary, but by us doing it, we giving permission to those around us to be confident as well. And we need to be very careful, because a lot of times we shame confidence. We think of someone that, oh, she thinks too much of herself, or they're really cocky, and then we need to be careful because our kids are watching, and confidence is something that we learn from a very young age, and we need to be very careful. But instead of passing on our fears and insecurities, they can see that even though it's hard for us, we can overcome those fears, and we can show that confidence that we need to reach our goals. So next, I want to show this picture of my little guy. This is William. He is not that cute anymore. He's 14 now, but he was 3 or 4 years old at this picture. And you can see his cute little face. He's just running, he's playing soccer, and the whole team is behind him trying to catch him. But he is confident and he's happy, and he can see the goal there, and he's about to score. And he's like, nobody's gonna catch me, I got this. And he went and scored that goal. And he loves soccer, and he's been an amazing soccer player. I'm gonna get emotional because it's my baby, of course. But he loves soccer, and we put him in a team after this. This was kind of like a rag team, so it wasn't very serious, but then we put him in a team, and he loved the sport, and he will record soccer games on the TV, and when he came home from school, he will literally put his backpack away and sit down and watch the games, and then he will go outside and practice, and then when Zach got home, he will ask, Dad, can you come practice with me? And they will spend hours practicing. And he got really confident on the sport, and he loved it. It's his life. Soccer is his life. And about 2 or 3 years ago, the soccer organization decided to switch things on the age and the way they formed the team. So instead of going through the school year, they were going to go from January to December. So that brought a lot of changes to his team. So he lost a lot of players that he was used to play, and then another new players came to the team, and he ended up with a new coach. And at the beginning, they kind of really couldn't connect. They were not passing very much, and we thought, you know what, it's going to take time for them to adjust, to learn to play together. So we continue, and then little by little, I can see his confidence going away because the teammates didn't really seem to trust him. They were not passing the ball to him very much. His coach would not really play him very much. He started spending a lot of time in the bench, and sometimes he will play 5 minutes out of a 90-minute game or 80 minutes, depends. Sometimes they play 45 halves or 40 halves, but he will spend a lot of time. And then when he was in the field, he will be insecure and scared to make the wrong move because he knew he was going to get benched. And he was an amazing player. He was just losing that confidence, and he started spending a lot of time in the bench. So finally, last year, we decided that it was time to probably make a change, and we talked to him and say, hey, do you want to continue to play soccer, or maybe you want to try something else? And then he said, no, I want to continue to play soccer, but maybe we go to a different team. So we went to a different team, and we were nervous because it was a new team, so new teammates, and it has to build that trust again. And but from the very beginning, this team received him with open arms. And he started playing again. The coach started giving him more playing time and showed trust in him. And I can see that light of that little boy's smile coming back to him and enjoying the game. And that brought to the second point, community. The people that we surround ourselves with make such a big difference on helping us reaching our goals or achieving what we need to. And sometimes they will tell us the things that we don't want to hear, but it will help us to get to where we want to get. And his team has been amazing. It has helped him to grow and develop and get excited again to do what he loves. And it's such an important thing. And I'm so proud that on Zyia family, we have a wonderful community of women literally helping each other and uplifting each other. I love watching you guys' videos and stories on Facebook and Instagram on how you guys cheering each other and how you guys are posting like, oh, congratulations to Amanda for reaching this goal. And it's so important. Community is where confidence gets nurtured, like where it grows, where it flourishes. So it's such an important part of our growth on who we surround ourselves with. It's our support system. And I can't tell you enough how I feel honored and privileged and blessed to work with amazing people, not just you guys, but here at corporate with Zach and Jeremiah and Aaron and everyone else here, that sometimes they ask me to do things that I am terrified of doing, like this, but then I go and do it anyway because I know to trust me and I will not let them down. So we have permission, community, curiosity. So how does curiosity help us to grow our confidence? Curiosity helps us because curiosity allows us to make mistakes, to learn at our own pace, and to discover what a lot of times we don't know the talents and that we have. So we have to sometimes stop and think of the goal that we have and ask ourselves, what is my purpose? What do I want to get to doing this? And that's what curiosity brings to, just exploring. And like I said, sometimes we try things and like, oh, I didn't even know that I was good at, and I'm really good at this. Or sometimes it might be, you know what, I'm not very good at that, so I'm not going to do that again. But it just invites our confidence to grow because it invites so much into it. So permission, community, curiosity, 3 important things to grow our confidence. My name is Brenda Bradley, and today I am stronger because of my Zyia family. Thank you.
just drop deep in.
Well, I hope you guys loved that little sneak peek. Those shorts are shorts that we've been working on forever. We love those bright colors. Those are coming soon. Those shorts are like Brenda, and just that brightness that brightens your day every single day. I'm so fortunate that I get to work with her. I'm married to her, and we have a family together. It's truly amazing how terrified she is to speak, but how well she does at it. And I think we're all very fortunate to have her.